Within the next few months, there are a few of YouTube's biggest channels who are about to hit some big personal milestones. MrBeast is fast approaching 20 million subscribers, and according to the Social Blade projections, he will hit the 100 million subscriber mark within the next year and a half at his current rate of growth. Dude Perfect are starting to close in on 50 million subscribers, and of course PewDiePie is imminently closing in on a whopping 100 million subscribers. This means there's going to be some new bespoke play buttons being sent out, so in this video we're going to have a look at what these bespoke play buttons could look like. So let's start with the big man himself, PewDiePie. PewDiePie currently sits on just over 90 million subscribers, and the current projections have him reaching the 100 million milestone within the next 3 months. No creator as of yet has hit the magical 100 million mark, so the play button he receives really should be something special to celebrate this massive achievement. So what will YouTube do with the design of this button? I've created what I feel would be a fitting 100 million play button that I believe would be a good starting point for YouTube to go from when coming up with the design for when the time eventually comes. So let's unveil the 100 million play button. My idea of the design would be something simplistic with a touch of wow. I think to have reached 100 million subscribers, YouTube really have to craft something fitting that shows hard work has gone into the making of it. I envision it to be made out of stone or marble or granite, and I felt this has to be something that has to be handcrafted. The shape of the play button I went for is PewDiePie's logo itself, the P with the bro fist in the middle. I've also used PewDiePie's signature wavy reddish pink pattern as part of the design on the main body. The middle white P is made from stone, but with a white sanded gritty finish, and the bro fist in the middle is made from the same granite or marble that the main body is crafted from, minus the wavy pink pattern. The button is supported by a stand with a congratulatory message from YouTube for reaching 100 million subs. In terms of the size, it would be small enough to put on a table or a shelf as an ornament, but would be fairly heavy duty stuff due to the material it's made out of. I feel it's simple yet effective, but with artistry and craft being spent on the creation of the button, so YouTube, if you're watching, you may take inspiration from this in your design. Next is MrBeast, one of the biggest growing channels of the past year, and that trend certainly doesn't show any signs of stopping. The 100 million subscriber mark is still very far away, but I thought I'd create something that would be very personalised to MrBeast using his logo. This design, in comparison to the PewDiePie play button, is far more arty and more like a sculpture, but in that way it makes it very unique. It revolves around the blue tiger with the pink lightning bolts on its eyes that we see in MrBeast's logo. I envision the tiger's head would be made from a material like porcelain or china, and to make it feel more like an art piece, the 2 lightning bolts would be detached from the head and supported by a small bar, which when you turn the sculpture to the side, the lightning bolts would line up to match the real logo. It would be supported by a model stand made from a shiny metal material that reflects light when you turn it or walk around it, and on the base it says "Congratulations MrBeast, 100 million subscribers." The base also has the words MrBeast in his font on both the right and left sides. This design is pretty funky. Whether YouTube would ever make something so bespoke for a creator remains to be seen, but it would be pretty damn cool if they did. So lastly is Dude Perfect. Current Social Blade projections put them on course to hit the 50 million mark in around 6 to 8 months, therefore they can be expecting to receive a new play button in the not too distant future. We've seen PewDiePie receive the Ruby play button for 50 million subscribers, but as it turns out, this was only a one-off for PewDiePie, as it seems T-Series received something completely different and not at all in the red colour of a ruby when they hit 50 million subscribers. On this basis, you can assume that Dude Perfect's play button for hitting the 50 million subscriber mark would also be something bespoke, but likely to be similar in shape and design to PewDiePie's Ruby play button. So let's have a look at Dude Perfect's 50 million play button. I feel as if this is more like a trophy, which feels bespoke to Dude Perfect, seeing as a lot of their content is sports related, therefore a trophy seemed appropriate. It's made from a brushed metal or steel type material, and it's simply made by extruding their logo upwards, which sits on a circular metal base. The greenish colour follows the colour of their logo, and I wouldn't be surprised if Dude Perfect's 50 million play button looks slightly similar to this in terms of design and general look. Overall, 3 quite different designs and looks, but I think it's important for the 100 million play buttons to be very bespoke to the creators. This was just me having a little fun with designs and being a bit creative with ideas. I'd be interested to see what other ideas people would have for these milestone play buttons in the comments below, so please do let me know. Thanks for watching, and please don't subscribe because I probably won't make one of these videos again.